Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you how to cut that classic lovely abaya or cow gown, anyhow you call it. So I just want to use this to teach you, but I have 2 years of fabric. I know most of us will be wondering what caused the fitness at the waist side. So you see all the secrets now. So for cutting this type of abaya, any cow gown or free gown you see like that, you know that the measurement you'll be needing is your back to sleeve. It is just a free gown. So for those interested in learning how to what to sew, what to sell for your ready to wear of fabric, so that's one of the style you can also go into. So what you'll be needing is you can use 3 yards, but me, I'm going to be using 2 yards to cut that style. So now, before you move further to the cutting, first thing is study the style. So me looking at that style, you are going to be dropping at least 7 inches up for the upper part. You drop the 7 inches before the length of the gown. So you minus 7 inches from your full length. So now, assuming, let's say the length I'm using for this, I'm going to be using 59. I'm going to be using 59. So I'll minus 7 inches from that 59. I'll have 52 inches, right? So I'll be folding this fabric in 52 using my back to sleeve. So my back to sleeve depends on where I want. Mine may not be as long as that because what I have here is just 2 years. So I want to manage what I have just to explain the style. So mine won't be long like that. So your back to sleeve determines the wideness of your bubu or any kaftan. So now my back to sleeve will be like 25. So what I'm going to do now, this is the 2 years of fabric I have. I'm going to fold it into 4. So if you don't understand what I mean by back to sleeve, let me just use one of my girl as an experiment. So this is what I mean by your back to sleeve measurements. You see this midpoint of your back here. So you just take your tape here, you move it to where you want the sleeve to stop. Are you seeing it? You move it to where you want the sleeve to stop. That's what I mean by back to sleeve. So I might be stopping here, which is 22 inches. She's just like me, so I can just stop at 22 or 23 inches. So that's the back to sleeve. So now this is my 2 years of fabric. I want to explain it before I move further. I said it's 2 years and some inches. I don't even know. So I have 2 years and 7 inches here. So if you notice, there's a kind of pleat, as in a sign of just pleating. They take just like 1 inch pleats at the front, if you notice it. So the 1 inch pleat is here. You know, I want to manage what I have. So let's say we are using 1.5 inches pleat. This is it. Then the rest of the fabric, I'm going to fold it into 4. The rest of the fabric into 4. So I'm just doing this so that you get me right. So I folded the rest of the fabric into 4. So let's calculate what we have here. So the rest we have here is 18 inches. Are you seeing it? So we have 18 left after we've minus the 1.5, making 3 inches that we used to fold the pleats here at the center as the center part. So I've reduced the 3 inches. This is the 3 inches. So the remaining fabric I have here is what? 18 inches. So the back to sleeve I'm using is what? 18 inches. Without you, if you notice that style, after they folded this into 4, there's another one they added like a band here. So do you understand it? So the total back to sleeve I'm using is 22. So I minus 4 inches for that band that is at the tip. So this is what it gives me, what? 22 inches. So this is the 4 for the band, extra band added to the kaftan, to the bubu. So this is 22. So I have 18 here. So what I'm going to do is I will cut. Are you seeing me? Please follow me carefully. Are you seeing what I'm doing? So I'm going to open this down. So this will be my front. Why this will be my what? My back. This will be my front. This one that has excess here, this one that is long, will be my front. Why this will be my back. So this is the way I folded it now. This is the 18 folded into 2, and this is the one I said, the pleats that is in the front. Are you seeing it? So you just take this to the machine and sew it down. Are you getting me? You take it to your machine, you sew this down. I make use of 1.5. See, I make use of 1.5 inches. So we are going to sew that one down. So this is the edge of our outfit, the upper part. Are you seeing it? So this place, it has a French edge here. So I'm going to cut out the serving edge away. So after that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drop 7 inches for that sequence up. So me, I'm not using sequence, I'm using a lycra fabric. So I'm using another material actually. So this is the 7 inches. Then I'll measure my gown length, which is 59 inches. Are you getting it? So if you have much fabric, you can make yours more wider than this. So this is it. And another thing about this crepe is that it's stretching a little bit. So after I've done this, right, I'm going to look for my knee length measurement. This is my knee length is 34. So I'm thinking, let me just come up by 1 inch. You can come up by 1. So you can come up by 1 or 2 inches. So I'm coming up by 1 inch alone. So I'm using 33 as my knee length. So you can come up by 2 inches anyhow you like it. If you the way you want, the place you want the tightness to start from. So this is it then. So I'm going to measure my hip measurement at my knee length. So I'm using, my hip is 38. So this is my hip. I'm going to add 4 inches of freeness of ease. You understand? This is it. That's 13.5. Note, this is a stretchy fabric. It's stretchy. If you are not using something stretchy, don't let it to be so painful like this, because most time when you work with this kind of material and it is not stretchy and you follow this measurement, when you want to work, you won't be able to work freely. So you can add like 6 inches. You understand? But you know the material I'm using here is not much. And another thing, it is stretchy, so I will work conveniently with it. So now I will take this measurement I have here, which is 14. I will take it downward. Are you getting it? So I'm only trying to manage what I have to explain that style. This is it. This is the 14 inches downward. So now, at the upper part, you know we are dropping 7 inches here for the attachment we are attaching to the down. So this is the 7 inches. I will come down by 2 inches. 2 inches is okay for me. I don't want it to be really like that style, because the hand is too bogus for me. So I'll come down by 2 inches and also come in a little bit by 1.5. 1.5 is okay for me, or 2 inches. 2 inches here. I'm coming down here by 2 inches because I'm still going to trim this one away. Let me just trim that away so that you won't get confused. That edge here, let me trim it away. So I come in by 2 inches and also go down by 2 inches. Why I'm coming in by 2 inches is because I'm going to still add an additional 2. And if you are looking at this style, you see that there's an attachment here. So this is the 2 inches I'm coming in, so that we'll be able to join the band that they use for the hand. It's not really band, they only attach it to here to make it. So from here now, I'm going to come like this. Are you seeing it? So it's because of the material, that's why I'm just managing. Well, I'm sure you won't get it twisted. So this is just it. Are you getting it? So we are going to sew this place. This is the back, while this is the front. So I'm going to cut the one I'm going to attach to here so that you understand me better. So this is the way it looks. So now I'm going to cut the upper part. Front, as you can see, this is the front now. What we are going to do before we move to the upper part is that you fold the front this way. You know, this is the front side. So you fold this into two like this. What are we trying to get here? We are trying to get the waist fitting. What caused the waist fitting there? So this is it. You drop, I told you. So I said I'm going to drop 7 inches. So I'll drop my 7 inches there and look for my, you can use your underbust, you can use your waist, you can use underbust to waist. So my underbust measurement is what? 13 inches. So my half length is 16 inches. Let me use in between my waist and my underbust and my waist. So let me use just 14 inches. So on this point, this is where the belt will be. So I'm going to measure my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 30 inches now, so I'm going to use this 30 inches. So you just put, you might not even look for the waist, you might not look for, so this is, you might not use your waist, you can just put just 5 inches here. I'm not sure you are getting me clearly. You can just put your tape after the center point, just put 5 inches. You understand? You don't need to start looking for what is the waist of the person, what is the distance. No. Are you getting me? You can just use 5 inches after the center point, or use 4 inches after the center point. Are you getting me? Just to put the belt. You can use 4, you can use 5. What is there is just the fitting, just to see what caused the fitting. Then you are going to, on this point here, we are going to put our belt. Just take a kind of the remaining material, you just use it to do a tiny belt, put it here, tie it to the back, tie the second one to the, as in tie it from the front to the, I'll show you how it looks like. I'm just trying to explain what I'm going to put here. I'm going to put the belt here. So let's move further to the black material. So this is the material I'm using for the upper part. It's a lycra material. So I'm just trying to use what I have to make the tutorial. So this is it. This is I'm going to measure 7.5 inches here. I'm going to use 8 inches actually. Let me use 8 inches. Why I'm using 8 is that I'm going to join at the shoulder and also attach half each that I'm going to use to join the down part to the upper part. So I'm going to be cutting 8 inches. So the length of 8 inches and the wideness of 18 inches. So this is 8 inches. So the wideness of 18. So 18 into 2 will give us what? 36. So I'm just going to add 1 inch to it in case of incasity. So it is stretchy here, but it is not stretchy here. So I'm going to just add, let me just add 2 inches in case of incasity. It's good to put in case of incasity when you are cutting. So this is 8 inches. This is another 8 inches. So you check. So this is the black material. I folded it into 4. I use 8 inches as I said for the length, while I use the 18 inches for the wideness. So this is it now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure 5 inches. If you check the neck, you can use any kind of neck you like. You can use a canoe neck. A canoe neck will be preferable for this kind of style. You can use the 5 inches by. But this, I'm not cutting out the neck at all. I want it to be a straight neck. I don't want to cut the neck. So you can decide on any neck you want. I'm going to drop it here by 3 inches. Are you getting me? I'm going to drop that by 3 inches. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to drop my shoulder measurements by 3 inches. This is it. So I'm going to cut this out. Then I'm going to attach this to this, this to this. Are you getting me? I'm going to notch this by, oh yeah, check. Slant it now. So it's just as simple as ABC. What you're going to do now is just to join each to each other. So this is it. So I'm just going to open this one and sew. I'm just going to open it like this. I don't want to make it any neck. Or if I like, I can just come in by 1 inch. It won't do anything for me. I can just come in by 1 inch. You see, I can just come in by 1 inch and make it like a canoe neck, then join the remaining one. Use bias to tape it there. So this is it now. So that's that. So what I'm going to do next is, if you notice, I said there's another band at the tip. So what I'm going to do now is to cut that band that is at the tip. So I'm going to be cutting 4 inches of this black material. I can cut 4 or 3 inches. I want to cut 4 because if I add half here and half to the to the one I'm going to use to join another band, because there's another band of this material at the tip of the mouth. So I'm going to be using 1.5 for that because of joining. So it becomes the 4 we are looking for. So let me cut that 12 inches. So as you can see, this is what I mean by the 4 inches band I'm going to join. This is the 1.5. I made it, I said all my shoulder to back to sleeve is 22 inches because of the material that I'm using that is small. So what I'm trying to explain now is that I use the back to sleeve of 18 here first, then I attach 4 inches band. I'm attaching 4 inches band because I'm still going to join half here. It will become 3 here. So 1.5 is what I use here. I'm going to still add half here. So this one will become 1. So the 2 here will become 4 inches. Do you get me? So this is exactly the way the style is. And the belt to attach. What you attach here is what you attach at the other side too. So this is the belt you are going to attach. You just put it like this. You can just put it like this, or like this rather. You can put it like this so that you just tie it to your back. I will show you the outcome. So thank you very much. Don't forget to continue liking, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.